Hello, this is Kristen Dunbar. This is my elevator speech for the Nurse Practice Act. And the Nurse Practice Act defines qualifications for nursing licensure, and it establishes how the practice of nursing will be regulated and monitored in that state's jurisdiction, and it also sets boundaries and guidelines for professional conduct for nurses. It exists to ensure that all practicing individuals with a license are competent and qualified, and they practice safe care within their scope of practice. In Ohio, nurses must practice in Division B of Section 4723.01 of the Revised Code and the rules of the State of Ohio Board of Nursing. It is expected for nurses in Ohio to practice within their scope and demonstrate the knowledge and skills that provides necessary and safe nursing care, to maintain current knowledge of duties and responsibilities, and holds them accountable for safe nursing practice. And you have to maintain satisfactory documentation from the Ohio State Board of Nursing for license renewal, etc., completing CEs and things like that on time. When a nursing care is provided, the nurse must follow an order from an individual that is also licensed to practice in that state to implement the order, unless there's a reason to believe the order is inaccurate or not properly authorized. You must also maintain confidentiality of the patients. Don't share your information with other nurses or other healthcare professionals that are not working with that patient. Don't post anything on social media about work or your patients or your situation or anything like that through texting, email, or other forms of communication. The Nursing Practice Act for nurses and patients, it protects the nurses for being asked to practice outside their scope, and prevents them, from being held accountable for unsafe assignments. It protects the patients because it gives them a legal path to follow for unsafe care, and they have the right to receive safe and ethical practices by qualified individuals. The scope of practice defines what nurses are legally allowed to do under their license and provides guidance on delegation and limitations. And it's important set of guidelines, especially for RNs who are delegating appropriate tasks to LPNs or techs or STNAs and things like that will be working underneath them. A provision that I find particularly important is separation of the roles of RNs and LPNs, etc. It provides guidance on delegation and supervision, not to only protect the patients from unsafe care, but protects the nurse as well from practicing outside their scope or delegating something that they shouldn't to someone else. And understanding the Nursing Practice Act matters because without it, nurses wouldn't understand the legal and professional responsibilities, and it protects patients from unsafe care by nurses by giving them a rule book to follow. And that's it. Thank you.